And so, with your chores and errands and various what have you sorted, you make your way back to your airship of choice. You get there, everyone sort of communes, and you find that Tam's already waiting for you. Same with Rocket and Thanatos. And Tam looks up as you all arrive. Ah, there you are. It's a fine ship.
Fitting craftsmanship.
I can tell.
I am, of course, biased since it's part of my fleet.
Indeed.
And it's mine.
Right. With the exception of Lynn Solemn's airships, the Vitaeans are known for having the best.
And he kind of puffs up a bit. We try.
Indeed. Now then.
She's a scout vessel, fast, nimble, not much in the way of armaments, but she serves our purposes well.
Good. Then let us be about it, shall we?
You know, if you were gonna get a freaking ship, you might as well get cannons so I can at least have some fun in it.
It's made for speed, not for battle, Thanatos.
We could shoot him out of it.
That sounds counterproductive.
Oh, maybe something equally weight as him, like a single shot. We can.
Alright, people, we're losing daylight. All aboard.
Alright, you all go ahead and get back on board the deck of the Little Wing, and after your initial pre-flight checks, you get everything set up, and with the loud of the engines and the spinning up of the rotors and propellers, the Little Wing lifts up into the air, and soon enough, you are flying off. And Tam is giving you directions on where to fly to.
Course set.
Yep.
It won't be too long till we arrive.
Yep.
Not the largest island.
Yep. Only a couple hours of flight at most. And you to get over here to that sort of little nub right there on the edge.
And now we finally get to the dungeons where Hades got killed one time in the game.
All right.
We're
So.
actually supposed to be here.
Yep. So, you fly over the terrain and you look down and you, once again, you can see some familiar spots as you're going, but now you're sort of flying along the northern coastline, following the shore and the various sort of rugged spots of jutting white stone, reaching up out of the ground like little fingers or broken thumbnails. It's quite interesting.
Why is there a roll that's very low?
What?
That was Maurice.
That was Maurice. That was seeing how many headshots Maurice had gotten. 2d6 minus 2.
Yeah, it just showed up on my screen for some reason.
Huh, weird. It's been there a while, but anyways. So, but eventually Tam sort of points down. There. Right there. And you look and you see this spot that for a moment almost looks odd, but then you like blink and it's back to normal. The sort of outcropping of rocks against the shore. Sort of creating this sort of mound that descends into the water. Set down on the beach in front of that mound.
I think I'm seeing those distortions you're on about. Look odd for a second. Can we explain it?
There's a magic glamour over the entrance to the shrine to hide it, and dissuade anyone from entering.
That explains that. Alright. Setting her down. Hold on.
Yep, you bring the airship down, and I'm not going to require you to roll a vehicle check for this. You have plenty of time to sort of get it right. You've done a landing on uneven terrain once already, so you kind of got it. You set down easily enough.
And another happy landing. Thank you for flying Air Neothil.
All right.
Pleasant wide as always. Can't say the same for Thanatos, though.
Yeah.
Yep. Tam steps
Don't
down
worry,
the gangplank as
we're
it
gonna be
lowers.
fine.
Tam steps down the gangplank as it lowers.
I suppose you're capable of leading us through the glamour?
I am. Though once you step through, that will be my part of the job done. I'm required to remain by the entrance for a time to see if you return. If you do not, I'm then to make a return trip to Marasu myself.
How long do you have to wait?
I will be waiting for you for a couple of hours. If you have not returned by then, I will be on my way.
Fair enough. Oh, don't count us out. if a time does come.
I wouldn't dream of it, but I do have matters to tend to back in the city.
Ah,
No rest for the
It's
court
been-
mage, eh?
no rest
It'd be
for the
fine
wandering.
If we don't show up for a few days, that just means Leviathan ate us.
No
Or something-
rest for the wandering adventurers either.
Or something else ate you.
Many things have tried.
I'm sure they have. He then looks up at the mound, and it's very bland looking as you're staring at it. It doesn't really seem all that interesting. The only real sound here, aside from the gentle whistling of the wind, is the gentle crashing of the shores, of the waves upon the shore, and the occasional cry of seagulls somewhere far off. Kind of getting blasted by the occasional wave of briny saltwater sea air every so often. Very much smells like the ocean. A couple moments
Also,
pass.
A place so completely bland that you just have to not look at it. She glanced off to Mika. I do remember some things from those lectures you give me.
And then Tam sort of lifts his hand up. It glows white, and the bland mound of stone in front of you shimmers and ripples and just vanishes, and it suddenly goes from being just bland and uninteresting to looking like a twisted and almost mangled coral reef with all sorts of bright colors and little sparkles of arcane light drifting off of it, and a rounded hole set into the bottom that goes sharply down.
Oh. That looks foreboding.
Tam turns back to you. This is the entrance to Leviathan's Sunken Temple, or at least the cave that precedes it. Proceed with caution.
Thanks. We will.
He nods and steps back a bit. Good luck.
Oh, I hear music.
Indeed. And with that, you make your way in.
Yep.
All right. Give me just a second to make sure the map is all properly set up. Ooh, I forgot how big this one is.
Big. Great.
It's not small.
If it's anything
Well, that
like
would be the
one
definition of big, yes. Not small.
Well, if it's anything like the one that I found, then yeah.
All right. Go ahead and move your cameras down to the bottom center.
See,
As you step through the entrance, you go down this sort of mangled-ish corridor for a while that goes down and down and down, and eventually you can faintly hear the rumbling of the ocean all around you, just past the walls that you're walking through, before the floor beneath you opens up and out, and into the entrance chamber that you see there on the map. You can see large pools of water gently lapping at the sides, creating this sort of natural platforms and walkways that go in. It's dim, but not dark. There's the occasional sparkles of glowing blue light that provide some faint but functional illumination.
So Hades ready to give this dungeon a redo?
After you need.
For context, the current build of the video game adaptation that's out at the time of recording on the 11th of November 2020 is the 22nd of November 2020. My bad. Is the current build does feature the start of this dungeon in a very early state, but it very much you can't progress past the first floor. The game is designed to.
level 1 or 2 with level 8 monsters.
Yeah. And Hades, when he was playing through, decided to try and explore this place and got his butt handed to him a bunch.
I mean, to be fair, I did make it to the door in the back.
I mean, do you mean the one where we spawned 5 of the bastards on you at once?
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't survive past it.
I mean, I did manage to kill a few of the creatures just on the main floor before I got to that door.
Hmm.
But then when I got to the door and I saw there were 5 of them, I immediately started cursing the both of you.
They're all like low yield boss level for a level 2. So
All right, well, so you all sort of scatter out into the chamber. What do you do?
yeah, and he's going to kind of go to here and kind of peer up into the cave ahead.
All right, moving ahead, it's very strange how the air sort of moves around you. It's almost as if the air is shy and how it sort of shifts around you, and you find yourself having not a hard time breathing, but the air here definitely, it's harder to get in as you're going. The further in the further up you go, you are soon shown that, give me just a second. You soon get to see a fair bit of stuff over here. You see several paths you could go. You could go directly straight. There's a path off to the left you could go and a path off to the right you could go.
Why don't ancient temples just have big old arrows saying, go this way for a dark crystal?
Well, this is a cave that leads to the temple. We're not in the temple yet.
You think the temple will be any easier?
It might be.
And yeah, let's just make a nice, clear path to the thing that this place is kind of supposed to protect me.
Indeed, if it was that easy to find, then we would have come here for nothing.
I think you'd find I'm aware of this. I'm just feeling in a very sarcasm mood because of it.
Well, what way are you going, guys?
I'm allowed the occasional sarcasm. Left, right, straight ahead. I think going straight ahead would just be too obvious. Left or right? What do you think?
Maybe try white first. Although you are scouting ahead since you're the one that's got the act for it.
Well, Randy, I'm gonna quickly have a glance down the right path and peer around that corner.
All right.
Yes.
Around that corner.
All
We wait here in the center.
Going ahead and peeking around that corner, you are afforded a small view of the room. It quickly sort of immediately shucks back off even further to the right, creating a sort of bend.
Joy. Kind of taking another glance.
All right. Looking deeper, you see that this particular chamber comes to a dead end. There's a big pool of water in the back with a big old stone pillar in the middle, and the colors are sort of splaying all over the ceiling and the walls.
Anything on the stone pillar, or is it just plain stone?
Make an awareness check.
Also, Rocky, you might want to move your token. It's to us.
We stick together.
9? It just looks like a regular pillar. You're not seeing anything out of the ordinary.
Nothing.
Any
Dead
luck?
end.
So,
Wow.
should we check the left or the center one next?
I'll peer up the center. One of you volunteer to check the left. Do it at the same
Yeah.
time.
I should go.
You should go together then.
Yep, I
Fine.
follow Thanatos.
It goes going with you. All right. So, let's go ahead and deal with this. So, Alistair and Thanatos, as you're going, you see more of these pools of water just kind of around you.
Try to be stealthy. We don't know what else is in here. Like traps or
It's off
anything.
in two more directions, all that.
Yep. And Tom, as you're making your way up the central path, you see that it branches off into 2 more paths that go left and right.
Alright, let's double back and meet up with Thanatos analysis, see what's down their route. This
Alright.
one goes
All right.
off 2 ways.
All right. Thanatos and Alistair, as you make your way, you eventually see that it comes to another dead end. Another big pool of water, another pillar.
You want to try making awareness on the pillar? See if I miss anything.
And
Okay then.
why not?
Just-
Here.
Why not the check, eh?
Yeah, because my roll wasn't the highest, so I can't really tell whether there was something or not.
Oh,
Better.
damn. That's a good roll, Alistair. Okay. So,
Thanks.
Alistair, as you're sort of looking at the pillar, it's very, very subtle, very, very expertly hidden in the pillar itself. But as you're looking, you realize that it looks almost like a sea serpent sort of coiling on itself, with its head and eye down near the bottom, facing the rest of the chamber. Or facing you, rather.
Do you see that, Thanatos?
I guess I have to roll awareness.
No, if Alistair points it out, it takes you a minute, but you
Yeah, I'm
sort of,
pointing it out to you.
you make it out. It's very, very subtle and very masterfully hidden that this pillar resembles vaguely a coiled sea serpent on itself, like a spring in shape.
Drawings of sea serpents in where we're supposed to be meeting a sea serpent. Subtle.
Hey,
What's that
Nee,
about sea serpents?
on the pillar here appears to be a serpent. Got another dead end as well, it seems. So I take it that you've got more
Well,
luck your way?
the other route has 2 more splits, so I guess we're going in that direction.
And did you come across a pillar like this when you went right?
Yes. It might just be decorative, but keep that in mind.
What a bunch of
Right.
nice spell list.
I got out my old little book, just wrote it down. Done. Got the drawing. Okay.
I'm going to have Mika cast Detect Magic with 5 MP. She sort of pulls out her... And she
I mean, this whole place is magic.
Yeah, she pulls out her book, sort of puts her hand
Do
on
you
it, closes
detect
her
anything,
eyes. A couple seconds later,
Mika?
hang on, I'm describing how she does it. Second later, she
Okay.
opens her eyes and sort of flicks her wrist out, and there's this sort of ping of dome shape of blue magic that goes reaching out into the pillar, into the room in front of you all, and then it comes back and sort of sinks into her head, and she staggers a second. Okay, that's dense.
Oh, sorry, what did she say?
She said, that's dense.
Just normal stone?
No. It's dense with magic. Of course, there's the glamour disguise over this place, but also the distortions, I think. It's kind of hard to tell. It's all chaotic, but there's definitely something about that pillar. I don't know what.
I mean, Tam said this whole place distorts space, so I imagine it's probably messing with your little detection spell.
We got a pillar on each side. Semantics. We'll have a look up ahead, but remember these are here in case they become important.
I even got it written down as well. If there's any differences between these statues, I'd like to analyze them if we come across any more. But for now, let's try your way, Nee.
Yeah.
Second.
Let us.
All right, so you
Let's
regroup.
go.
So you regroup and you make your way
It
up.
appears we're pressing on forward, Rocket.
Yep.
Right, left or right?
Forward!
If we stand up directly here, can we see better? Left or right?
Yeah, you can see some both directions. That was the wrong button. No, I want the reveal areas button, you daft.
Well, to the left looks like another pool, potentially.
And to the right.
Let's have a look.
Thanatos, you check left, I'll check right.
Okay.
All right. So you go and you check to the right, and it goes on for a little while before that tunnel also splits, left or right. So one goes up and
Probably
one goes
follow
down.
after Thanatos.
All right, and for
Me
you,
and
Thanatos.
Rocket should move up.
Ah.
All right, and Thanatos, as you go, you find another pool of water, but there's also a path that goes up that you see that looks as though it can go left or right.
Another pillar.
Also, Thanatos, before you do that, you're still right
Yeah.
there. As you are moving, what is your avoidance?
Why?
Before we do anything, can we move Miko and Rocket up to like the central bit because they're still way back there?
Yep,
I
sure.
don't know why.
My avoidance is 6.
Okay, give me a second. This thing is being...
I ask
I know.
why.
Give me
You're
a
about to
second.
find
I'm
out.
trying to move the tokens up. All right, so now then. Now I can tell you why, because as you are walking by that pool of water, suddenly there's a and something is coming out at you.
I beg your pardon.
You are under attack.
Can I pull Vanatos back? If that's
You don't have time to do that.
Ah.
That is a no-no. Because apparently Almighty DM has decided to throw me into the shit.
You're the one who walked by the ambush spot. What's your armor?
20.
All right. So,
Ooh.
Thanatos takes 49 points of damage as a big creature, a slimy, yellowy snail with a big, spiky purple shell comes lurching out of the water with this sound and headbutts directly into you, sending you staggering back several feet.
That sounds familiar. Oh.
Right, so avoid the pools.
All right.
Shit.
And with that,
Everyone,
battle begins.
we got a problem.
I think
I already hate this place.
What else is new?
Stand your ground, Thanatos.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
kill it.
With dual wielding, would I be able to like do the 2 medium ranges back and use my second attack?
With the way you work, with you having a melee weapon and a ranged weapon, you would have to be in a short range to do your double attack, unfortunately.
Alright, I can't use. I mean, I have to
Oh.
use my dagger for that.
Yeah, but I was gonna say.
Yeah, your dagger
Let's
is
see.
one of your attacks with dual wield.
Soft
Yeah.
body, but armored shell.
So
I would say
I mean, what you're saying is that if I use up 2 medium ranges, that second medium range would use up what would have been my.
Yeah,
Crossbow.
pretty much. As it stands, if you move 2 medium ranges, you forfeit your ability to attack in a round. You're
Yeah.
spending your whole turn to move.
Hey, Thanatos.
What?
Probably hit that thing with something hard, like stone or something.
Well,
Break the shell.
Tom said these things absorb magic, so I'm a little concerned of using magic on this thing.
4 medium ranges, 3 medium ranges is a
Oh.
range.
Me-
It's damage its shells or something.
Mika turns to Rocket.
Can you scan it?
I'm gonna just move over here. It's my turn.
All right.
Yes, the rocket can scan.
Rocket, scan for any weaknesses. As Mika says.
Lumi?
Uh-oh.
Did we lose her?
I think she might have dozed off or she's doing something.
I think our mic's doing the thing again.
If you're saying
It's
anything at the moment,
flashing.
Lumina, we can't hear you.
Is your headphones muted if you were in them?
I heard it.
I just
Heard the
heard.
noise.
I heard a hum.
Maybe she's sleepy?
Lumina?
Yeah.
Are you all right over there?
Yeah.
Did you doze off?
A little bit.
Well,
It's alright.
it's all right. A combat
bored.
encounters.
You did miss.
A combat encounter sprung up. Everyone's asking Rocket to scan the enemy.
Yeah. Thanatos has been hit by a snail.
All right.
And
Okay, give me just a second to double check what all you get from scan.
Quite this snelly situation.
We get
Alright.
its health and MP. We get its elemental weaknesses too.
All right. So, You learn that this creature's max HP is 300. Its MP is
Ouch.
50. You also discover that it has the following. It has its only status immunity is stun. It absorbs lightning damage. It's immune to water damage, but it takes double damage from fire.
Double
Huh?
damage from fire.
Fire, you say?
I mean, it makes sense. It is a snail-like creature.
Yeah.
And even if it has got its shell to protect it, the heat will basically cause it damage.
Dude.
So fire
In
away.
that case, rather than move 2 medium ranges, I'm going to move 1 medium range and use my other action to elemental arrow fire.
All right, how far away are you?
Five. She's over there.
Well, I've moved myself, and elemental arrow fire. That just means I would
Ooh.
change my.
4.2
I'm
medium range.
not attacking with it. That just means I'm changing my arrow's attack to
Okay.
fire.
So, all right, so you're
So, yeah,
preparing.
it takes-
Gotcha. Okay.
It takes
Yeah.
1 turn to make the arrow, and then she shoots it next turn.
Okay, good to know. All right, Thanatos, what you doing?
Burn it.
Since it's got a thing for fire, I'm gonna burn it.
All right.
I'm also looking at my sheet and thinking when it's a good time to use the new
Now.
ability.
Yeah. So after this turn, I'll be doing fire.
I will be using. Hold on. Double check on what. Okay, that's 20. Yes, I shall be using Fira, not Faraga, because there's no point in doing a big group attack on this thing.
All right.
And that's times 5 of my power. My power is now 16. So 16 times 5 is 80.
Big.
So that's a plus 80 to this mofo. 84 damage to the stupid snail.
So it takes 168 damage total.
So I just took out half of its health. You're welcome.
More than half. Yep. So after it gets done bonking you and you hear Rocket shouting from the back, "It's weak to fire!" You're like, ah. And you lift up a hand right in front of it as it's sort of antenna like quivering at you and you blast it right in the face with a big old fireball and it kind of goes sort of slams into that wall before splashing back into the water, sort of half submerged. Smoke and steam arising off of it as the water around it's kind of boiling now.
Now
Nice
we're
shot.
even. This is now we're even.
All right, Alistair, what you doing?
Give me a second, it's looking up.
You could do your paladin duties and heal me.
Yeah, because I don't think I'd be using any of my new abilities yet. Not really essential. I was going to test them out.
Any limited abilities yet.
I mean, I've been tempting to try them out, but not yet. It's not much of a threat. At least hope not. Okay, some healing Vanitos.
Okay. With regular old cure, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All I have to do is
that'll
just do
run you
this.
7 MP.
Yep. And just double check.
Should be 3 times. Should be 3 times your mind.
Yeah. 3 times. I thought it was 2 times.
Was it 2 or is it 3? Pretty sure it's 3.
Cure
No, 2 times.
Cure is mind times 2.
Yeah.
2.
Yes.
Should be
Although it's a. Would it all with the +2 be included as well?
3. +2 for what?
Because I got the cloak that gives me a +2 mind.
Yes, any roll you make that
Oh, yes,
uses
that
your
adds
mind
to
will
your
include
mind
your
already.
well, it'll include your total.
Good. Just
Yep.
making sure. Oof.
Alright.
So I'll be done with that. So
That's not how that works.
that's
It would
That
be
is absolutely not
15.
how that works.
But either.
Yeah, I mean, what's your base mind?
Wait a minute. Sorry.
That's the baseline, so it would have been double that, 30.
All right, okay, yeah, so 15 times 2, 30 plus, so 30 plus 2d6.
Yes. Okay.
So reroll that.
Or just add another 15 to it. That would be 38 back to Vanitos.
Okay.
Wait, no.
So there you go, Vanitos. You got 38 back.
Okay, hold on. Got me all freaking confused. 38.
So then you have 339.
All right.
Yes.
All right, so some blue sparkles shimmer around Thanatos and heal him up. Let's see here. I'm gonna have Mika. Let's see here. I'm gonna have Mika.
Thank goodness I know my maths.
Come over
Whew.
here. Let's see here. And she's unfortunately not close enough for any spells, so that will end her turn. I believe everyone's gone now.
Yeah.
So it's back to the Emir. Bothered.
Doesn't look all that great, because all I did was move back, but yeah.
Let's see here. And rather bothered, it's going to go ahead and sort of glow slightly, and you watch as its shell shines and it gets this sort of pale greenish hue over it. It does that as its as an instant action, and then as its standard, its 2 and 10 are going to start crackling with electricity. It is going
Good thing
to.
Rocket's not in range.
Good thing that Rocket's out of
It's
range.
going to come slithering right back up to you, Thanatos, and it is going to use Thunderstream on you.
I take lightning damage.
Indeed.
He's pissed. You best hope you're not wet, Vanitos.
Oh, hold on. That's supposed to be +5, so 10 to hit, not 9.
Well, yeah, that hits.
All right.
Rocket, I suggest.
And
take
your
back
magic
this
armor?
one. Lightning attacks.
Lightning Schnell.
What's your magic armor, Thanatos?
10.
Okay. I couldn't hear you. Everyone kept talking over you. So, 43 points of lightning damage to Thanatos as it unleashes the attack on you.
That should be more than that. Sorry.
Gonna fuck it up again?
And my damn numbers messed up.
All right. That's its turn. Back to you, Hades.
I'm going.
Everyone else.
I'm going. I want to make a shot. I want to try my new arrows.
Fine.
All right.
I know you're pissed, Vanitos, but
Yep.
let him have.
All right. 36. Yes. I think that's 5.
One
wasn't it?
second. Yes, Mom?
6. No, it's 6 now.
Okay. All right.
I'm just moving up
Well,
the way
fair.
of the shot.
All right. 12 to hit. Let me double check this fucker's avoidance.
It's a snail.
That hits. Yep.
Yeah, and that's so. My dex is now 18.
Ouch.
I take it through, so 18 times 3. God.
Snail's gonna feel it.
Yeah, especially considering this one's
Especially-
fire damage.
Yep, elemental fire. Ow.
So that's 54, so 2d6 plus 54.
Ouch.
Oh dear.
It did.
Yeah, we all.
And it's fire damage.
Ooh, yeah,
Okay.
that'd do it.
So,
Explosion.
due to the nature.
Explosion!
So here's the thing. When its shell glowed and it got that greenish hue, it began taking half
Oh.
damage from magic attacks and double damage from non-magic attacks. So
Oh.
there is a ×4 multiplier on that attack. It just took 244 points of damage.
Damn.
The Greater Emir explodes.
Yep.
Like Thanatos, like you watch as like an arrow just goes right by your head and sort of plunks into the Emir's head right between its eyes. It rears back. And then you watch as its body, its slithery, slimy, mucus-covered body begins to swell up and start to split in places, letting little bits of little yellow-colored ichor and blood starts spraying out little squirts as its whole body starts to glow orange and brighter before it just explodes everywhere. Your entire front is now painted in orange blood.
Well, you're gonna need a bath after this, 'cause you stink, mate. Lucky we're surrounded by
Slowly,
plenty of water.
slowly turning to me.
40 hit points back to Thanatos.
Even while he's being healed, he's just still glaring.
Wow.
That
You're
is-
right, Thanatos. This element arrow is pretty tough shit.
Nice.
That is 200 gil to the party for that, by the way.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Thanatos. It was impressive what you did to it, but Knees was far better. It just fucking combusted.
I'm having
That was the
monk
most amazing thing I've ever
flashbacks.
seen.
You're having monk flashbacks.
Me,
It exploded.
Alistair, would you come here just a moment?
Other not, mate. You need a bath. Would you care to take a little dip in that water behind you?
Just come here a second.
Enough fooling around. It doesn't matter who got the kill. What's more important is
I don't
think
care if you freaking took that kill. You freaking splattered the shit all over me. You...
calm
Oh
down.
dear.
I think we need to avoid going past these pools wherever possible. It seems to be somewhat of a breeding ground. But now that
So-
it's gone, squeezes away past Icky Thanatos. Shall we?
Everyone stay clear from the water and stay as close to the walls as possible, and hopefully we won't get another incident like this.
Also, Mika is going to come up next to you, Thanatos, and through the application of convenient magic or whatever that's intuitive magic, that system, she's going to point a hand at you. She's going to cast arrow, but not to do damage, but to essentially blow dry you. It's like it's like just this wind just lashes against you for a minute, and when you look down, it's not a perfect job, but a lot of the gunk has been blown against you to make an oddly Thanatos-shaped smear against the wall behind you. You still have a few little smurps on it, and it's still sort of, the smell is still all over you, but
It's the smell. I think the shade of orange suits you.
Mika, you can live.
I know.
Can't promise anything for the others, though.
It's your loss if you do kill me. Good luck on your own. Because last time I checked, you don't have anything to heal you except drain, which that won't get you far.
all right. So, Emir is dead. Where are you guys going next?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm pressing
Alistair,
on,
why
I
don't
guess.
you press on ahead?
Oh, neat. Oh, yeah. So we have
Nah,
small passage to the
needs more of the stealth.
guys. Enough of the bickering. Leave that till we're not in the cave of Leviathan.
Agreed.
Left is a small passage. Right is on the head. Peering down this small passage, what can I see?
It goes on for a while before gradually curving to the right.
It curves. This passage curves ahead. Alyssa, what's down the other one?
Well, he's staying close to the wall and peeking downwards as well. So
All
what
right.
do I see,
All right.
DM?
All right, looking down that way, it goes on for a little while before sort of opening up, and you assume sort of, and you think you can hear the sound of water lapping, and as you move closer, you do indeed see another pool.
Alright, avoid.
Another pool down here.
Avoid the pools if necessary. I'm gonna have a quick look down the smaller passage. It's a tight squeeze, so wait for my go.
To that. It might be a shortcut through.
All right, so you come up and you poke your head in, and it remains narrow, this sort of very cramped, claustrophobic passage. And you look down, and it's very narrow.
Going up ahead, I'm going to roll a stealth check. Just
Roll
to
it.
kind of
Okay.
make sure I don't get spotted. So it's
You know-
plus 8.
Looking at this passage, I'm getting Space Hulk from this.
14.
14. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so you come up through the passage, and eventually you see another big pool on it. And in it.
Dead end.
Looks like a dead end. If you want to look for anything, you're free to.
I'm not gonna push my luck with this because it almost screams like something would leap out. So I'm gonna move back.
And then something leaps out at it.
I'm stealth, so nothing will.
Oh, you merged with mine.
Yeah, one. Complete
Oh, well.
dead end. Another pool. So I'm going to quickly, still using my stuff roll, sneak up to this pool and kind of peer in.
Do
I
the one over here.
stay close to the wall.
Yeah,
All right,
go
then
go
you should be
ahead.
able to make it
All right,
front.
go ahead and make an awareness check then.
2d6 plus 5. 12.
All right. Looking down into the water, it takes a minute, but you eventually see there is indeed another Ymir in there, sort of tucked up in its shell. You see its shell, and you can just faintly make out the glitter of its eyes. It doesn't, well, let's see here. Let's see if it's noticed you.
No.
It has
Nope.
not. Its eyes are subtly glittering, but it has not responded to you. But you do indeed see that there is another greater Ymir currently resting in that pool.
I kind of motion back to the other silently, like, nodding, like, yes, big thing.
Okay, now we're all gonna attempt to do stealth walls.
Now,
Around.
hold on. Before we do this, think. So, I could use ambush here. Like, since my arrows are currently fire, if I was to shoot down at it, would that work?
I would say because you're shooting fire arrows into water, it would cause
Not
the
gravity.
damage out. It would cause
It's
the-
like, yeah, I was just wondering if it'd work because it's kind of like a magic thing, but
it would counteract the effects of the fire, I will
Yeah.
say, because you have managed to figure out from the dampness in the air, and I'll say it
I
now,
can.
no
But
harm
I
done.
am stealth, and it won't see me. So as long as I stay where I am, if it comes out after the others, I can still pull off an ambush because it didn't see me.
Right, yeah, you can still do that, but the fire damage, if you're shooting into the water, will become mitigated. And it is worth
Alright.
noting, there is a water elemental field in effect for the entirety of this dungeon run. All water attacks will
Alright.
deal additional damage.
Alright, so right now I
Or-
think
Or, I know it sounds a bit gruesome, but maybe stop it from getting out by someone with ice abilities to freeze the water. Like Mika?
that could work. Alright. Mika has ice, doesn't she?
Yeah, she has
Yep.
she has Blizzara.
Alright, so
We could do it that way, just
alright,
freeze
yeah,
the water.
so Mika don't get close, yeah, like if
I'm not,
Thanatos,
that's how far I'm getting.
if Thanatos rocket kind of come up ready as well, and Mika can freeze it, if it breaks out and attacks you, then I can do my ambush.
Yep.
Alright.
Just need rocket. There we go.
Yep.
Also, Tom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just to make sure you know, with ammunition, you can only. It only changes your arrows for 2 attacks, and then you've got to do it again.
Well, I've already done one, so
Alright,
So
so
you could change it to ice arrows.
well,
you're-
I'm not sure that would freeze the entire pool.
it certainly would not. So you're wanting Mika to use Blizzard to try and freeze the pool?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, let me double check the MP cost of Blizzara.
Should be
Blizzara.
20.
You say elemental arrow only works with two attacks.
You do a standard action to make them, and it works for the next 2 ranged attacks.
Alright.
And then you got to do it again.
Alright, so Mika, as instructed, pulls out her book, holds it out in front of her, and you watch as these 2 sort of waves of white light come flying out of it, shimmering in the air and leaving these puffs of mist in their wake. They wash over the pool, and the whole thing freezes over, and you see the Ymir underneath immediately poke its head out and and come up and try and slam through. So I'm going to have an opposed force check here.
To freeze the top layer of it. Let's see if it's strong enough.
We'll start with Mika's force. Mika rolled a 10.
10.
So the Ymir will need to roll higher than a 10 to break through. It rolls
Yep.
much higher. So,
I mean, did it take any damage at all though from Blizzara?
the Blizzara was not aimed at it, so no. So after a couple the Ymir breaks through the ice with this great sound of like shattering glass, with this very annoyed and angry sound as it lands in front of you. And,
Ambush.
Yep, combat.
Ambush. So
Yep, yep, yep,
I
yep,
get
yep.
an extra.
Plus, for
move.
trying to avoid the fight.
It wasn't a bad plan, just the dice were not on your side with that one.
I mean, we
Yeah,
can kind of.
as always.
For these pools, this kind of thing should be pretty standard practice, though. Like either lure it out or try and freeze it when he waits an ambush. So,
Right.
2d6 less. Well, accuracy is 6 out.
Does an ambush only work if it's surprised?
It is. Boy, it's surprised by
Yes.
me because it never saw me.
Right.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
plus, its fact is now focusing on how did this fucking ice got here? What the hell's going
Yeah,
on?
there's no preemptive round of combat, but Tom does get extra damage steps. And yes, 12 will hit.
Nice.
Alright. Remember how many extra damage steps does ambush do? Oh, let me just have a look. I think I have it. Yes, one extra d6. It's an extra d6. So 1.
No,
So-
ambush increases your damage steps. Not
Yeah.
an extra d6, an extra multiplier.
Oh, that's
It's
what I
an
meant.
extra damage step, yeah.
I meant that's what I meant. I misspoke. I mean extra
That's fine.
d6. I meant extra.
And
Time
this is what
step.
we call fighting.
So
trees.
14 times. So dash roll 2d6 plus 54 plus 18, so 64. 72.
He's gonna get a big howie.
And it's double.
Mhm.
77.
Ouch. Is this with the fire?
154.
Is this with the fire arrow or a different attack?
Yes,
Fire
it's with
arrow.
my ready fire arrow.
Oh, that thing's nearly dead.
It's at about half HP.
It's
So-
at 300 HP.
So, Tom, as it sort of comes rising up out of the shattering ice that's quickly starting to dissolve as its surface was broken, you spot a little opening in its side and you shoot, it hits, and there's this little explosion of flame, and it goes sliding a bit from the back. And its eyes turn angrily to glare at you. Mika will not be getting a turn because she technically
That's
started
not
this combat with
fireball.
Lazara.
Yep. Your turn, Thanatos. Finish this one off.
Your turn.
Oh,
Make this your kill.
yeah. I'm gonna use regular. You know what? Fuck it.
He killed
I've
one,
had
so it's your turn to kill one. Now you're both even.
I've had enough of these fuckers, so fuck.
You've only met
conserving
two
magic.
of them.
I think Thanatos has enough of these fuckers long before even me.
Okay.
I guess he prefers red than orange.
Oh yeah, it's dead. I'm not even gonna bother with the multiplication. You conjure up a big old fireball and you yunk it at him. The Ymir turns just as it sees the eyeball coming, and you see what looks like tangible regret in its face before a big explosion, and its blackened husk just slops.
Like,
into the water.
I should have just stayed in the ice.
Should have stayed in the ice, big boy. You want to
I
proceed forward, knee?
I'm going to restock my 2 elemental arrows.
Wow, only 200 gil again.
I'll add it. Yeah, so I'm using elemental arrow again, so I got 2 more fire for the
I
next
think we
encounter.
need to. I think that needs to be during a combat deal because that's supposed to be a standard action.
Yeah,
mean-
she can use it outside to get them ready. I'll allow it.
Standard action just means it
Let's
takes a
see.
turn in combat. If you use something out of it, it just happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I like it that my health is triple
Yeah, look
my MP.
You're a meat shield.
Except minus the 4, of course. But yeah,
All right,
I
moving
shall
on.
wait for need to go forward.
Second.
Onward, Tom.
Sorry, I was just altering my character sheet. I finally decided to get rid of those ability notes from special. Just move to abilities because there's just so many of them now.
These things aren't anything like I remember when I found the dungeon. It was more of those like water rodent things.
Yeah, those are placeholders in the video game.
Yes, those are things we put in there to kill you.
Okay.
Although,
All right, I'm gonna reroll my stealth check for one.
All right,
I head out there.
go for it. Yep.
yeah.
For
11.
Almost.
You're a little rattled from that one, so.
Okay,
What-
Thanatos, you're fairly healed up.
All right.
I just do the normal heal action. Like, I have got healing in 4, so I might as well use it.
That's the first time you've ever used non-magical healing.
Okay.
Well, not the first. I used it before, but
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't use it often.
All right. Okay, we'll say. I'm gonna go check the rulings on the heal skill because I don't actually remember
I don't
how the
think that-
fuck that's supposed to work.
I think
Oh.
it's more of just like out of combat.
Let's see your
Like, if
healing,
I had
healing.
broken my arm. you
Okay.
just went there.
Healing. A character with this skill knows enough about the body and its workings to diagnose and treat most kinds of sickness and injury. Failure in either could have drastic consequences for the patient. It also doubles as a helpful tool in allowing an injured party to get a better night's rest in adverse conditions, or popping joints back into place in the thick of battle. Complications that arise during healing checks are rarely pleasant things.
It doesn't say.
Say-
it's-
It doesn't
It
say
doesn't
that it's
say-
used for actually restoring hit points.
It
How
would
about
be-
this then? Let's just say you just done this to make sure that there was nothing in the blood that would make Thanatos ill.
Yeah. You give Thanatos a look over, and he's got a few scrapes and bumps, but he's fine. He's only
Wait.
like 20 HP away from max. He's good.
Quit fussing over me, Alistair. I'm fine.
Anyway, what's down the next corridor?
All right. So looking into the next big room, it is a much larger room, significantly, and you see that.
Just doing my
indeed-
job, Thanatos.
Stay back, Alistair. I'm.
Yeah, I'm just waiting around the corner here.
As he so loves to call me, I am the stealth elf.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm
Good
just
job.
like sitting back and waiting.
Alright, what's down this?
Little sneaky pointy ears.
All right. Looking down that way.
There we know.
From the looks of it, knees going right at the moment.
Oh, I'm just checking all
Just
the
sit there
current
and wait.
outfits down here.
Mhm.
All right.
Now she's gone the other way.
And to my left.
And
Some
to the
fun
left,
closer.
you do see another pool.
Can I spot anything in it?
Make an awareness check.
Well, if we don't get too close to it, it shouldn't come up. If we stay at the sides. That one is a distance away.
13.
13. Yeah, you do indeed see an Emir hanging out in there.
Motherfucker. Alright, let's ignore that for the moment. I'm going to. Well, I'm going to see if there's a way around this side passage.
All right. Which way are you looking?
Right.
She's gone right again.
Okay.
Maybe a dead end.
What's up this way? Up.
All right. Going up, you peer up, and you are treated to. This particular spot is a lot better lit. It looks like there's light coming from a big pool in the back. It sort of curves a bit, and you actually see hanging out by the water's edge an Emir that's not actually wading in the water. It's just hanging out there, facing the water and sort of looking down into it.
Alright, so not
And
that
every
direction.
and every so often, you watch as its head sort of slurps down into the water, splashes, and then it comes back up.
Checking. Alright, so we can leave that thing safely alone. What's down this next direction?
Looking down this next direction, you are greeted to the unfortunate sight of a chamber with just another pillar.
Oh, that's alright.
Appears to be that way then.
Alright, so yeah, it'll definitely be up. Alright, so after the others, I'm like, alright, we got another pool to pass. Same thing as last time. I'll wait in ambush for this thing. Mika, you want to try and freeze it?
Right.
Can we
Hopefully
just,
this time we can imprison it.
can we just, I don't know, walk past it?
We could.
It may
But then
throw us-
again, our exit would be blocked off if that thing does get out.
All right.
So
Well-
the less of them to deal with, the better.
Plus, Gil. we can take these things out pretty easily, so...
All right, Mika is going to go ahead and shuck out another 20 MP to cast Blizzard on the water. Freezes over, and
Ice and fire.
the Emir
Very
within,
effective.
you see it sort of much like before, looks up with alarm, and it is going to attempt to break out. Second verse, same
Mika
as the
first,
first.
then the snail.
So first, well, actually, I'm going to roll the snail first this time.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Easy.
So Mika
11.
needs to roll an 11 on her force.
Jinx.
Mika.
I swear, if these dice are rigged...
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
All right, so this particular mirror looks like it's probably a bit scrawnier than the last one. Maybe it isn't eating as well, and and it gets a couple cracks in the ice's surface, but Mika sort of focuses a bit in the cracks, close over. And the mirror just sort of looks up at it and just keeps trying to bust out, but it just can't seem to get enough room, to get enough momentum to actually do anything. So it's just kind of stuck there looking all sad.
Nice one. You're getting the hang of it. Well, I do partially feel sorry for it.
Okay.
He'll be all right. The ice will melt in these conditions soon enough. So I think he's better off than the ones who broke out
all right.
of ice.
400 gil for that one.
Mm-hmm.
How is that a victory? It's not dead.
Honestly, this one's actually going to survive. The ice will eventually just kind of dissipate. It'll get out, and unlike the others, it doesn't. That's fate. It's the lucky one.
Let's proceed. Although, trapped under the ice, forever alone.
Alright. Alright, stealth check is still in place then, since I didn't break it.
Yep.
What's
Hold
up
back,
ahead?
Thanatos.
All right, you
Mika.
look up into the next chamber, upwards a bit here, and when you do, you see another
Oh, shit.
Emir, and this one is, again, it's facing away from you, and it's kind of just sitting there, glaring at something you can't see, and you can faintly hear the sound of running water, like a whirlpool, maybe.
So I can't see what's past it.
You can't quite see what's past it from your angle, no.
Does it look like it's glaring like at a predator or something style?
It looks more confused and annoyed than anything. And after a few minutes, you watch it try to slither forward, and then there's like a flicker of blue light in front of it that slithers
I see,
back
there's
a
going to
bit.
be a barrier there. Okay. Well, this poor bastard's in the way.
And then it turns around and it begins to slither back down this way.
Oh, we might as well use our preemptive round. So,
Ambush active.
yes, I am. I'm using ambush. 2d6.
Can you do that more than once a day?
Pretty
Yeah.
sure. Like, as long as
The
you
ambush,
have...
ambush is just engage combat without being seen.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you've been playing Valhalla, you know how this works. So 2d6 less 6.
14 definitely hits.
Roll 2d6 plus 72, since it's the extra 79.
79.
And I'm
and-
still using fire arrows.
So 158 points of damage to the Emir as it's sort of coming by. You sort of poke out and
Pain.
you shoot it right in like its underbelly. Just that sort of goes into the shell, and there's a little flash of fire, and it sort of slithers around and is now looking angrily at you.
You're up, Thanatos. Finish it off.
Yeah. So that's just a fireball.
Yeah, I'm just conserving most of my magic for when we mostly need it.
We got these guys down pretty well. They've got a quick 1-2 punch. We're gonna have to, when we reach the next floor, maybe do some MP regen. But
Although that reminds me, give me a second. See, but if you want to continue with the attack, go ahead.
That's just regular fire.
Give me just
There
a
we are.
second. Give me a moment. I'm taking care of a
Shit.
couple things real quick.
if this doesn't kill it, I'll just quickly move in and slash it with my knife. Finish
Right.
it. I think it will.
Make sure it's a blood letter because it absorbs lightning.
Right.
Because I already used 7 of my MP, haven't
All
I?
right, so
just changed it.
so 56 times 2. It's 112 points of damage. So you send off the fireball, and it certainly is hurt from that. It sort of crashes against the wall here and slumps down. You see this big old fiery crater in the side of its shell.
So not dead.
Not quite. It's got 30 hit points
All
left.
right. Blood letter, in we go.
All right. Attack roll.
Done.
6 plus 6.
No, actually, that won't do it. You come in and you go to stab it in the head, and its head quickly jerks up, and you like you hit the rock.
Well, if
Question, how many
anyone
hit
wants
points
to
does it have?
30, and bear in mind that we have the preemptive round this time, so it's not going to do anything. So just finish it.
I won't be able to get in the combat range, so Alassar's probably just going to walk up and shoot it with Dia first, and then...
Well, don't waste Dia on this thing. It's got 30 hit points, and we have another turn after this, so don't waste your MP. There's no point.
Oh, it doesn't really cost a lot. Just saying.
There's just no point wasting the MP. I mean, if you just wait next turn, I'll just shoot it with another arrow, and it will cost nothing.
Okay, then.
All right.
Do that, then.
Rocket, you want to do anything this round?
She's dozed off, I think, again.
I think we lost Lumina.
Hmm?
You dozing off over there again?
A little bit.
All right. If you want to pass me your character sheet, I could handle combat situations for you. If you'd be all right with that. If you want to just close your eyes for a little bit. Okay. Go ahead and yank me that via DM then, and I'll just assume control during combat scenarios for you for the time being.
Okay.
Okay, dokes.
And this is why we're moving our starting time an hour.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, don't you already have all of our character sheets?
I do, but they're from before, like, she got her big equipment upgrades.
Wow.
So.
Either way, I don't think she can reach right now, so next turn.
Yeah. Preemptive round over. Back to everyone else.
Just shoot it. Do this things. Perfect.
Shoot it!
Well,
That'll hit. Damage.
I mean, it's gonna kill
I mean,
it.
does it? I mean, it's gonna kill it either way. I don't really think there's a point.
Double damage.
Yeah, it's fucked. After it, like, manages to dodge your thrust, it's sort of, its head lifted up. You see an opportunity to quickly come in with your crossbow and, like, just put it up to its chin, like, hi! And just explode its head everywhere.
There you go. Gil.
More gil. There, you see, that is much better. We need more of those.
All right.
Dice
Proceed,
being-
Nee. I right
dice
over
being
here.
Stingy.
All right.
Alright.
Around the corner.
It looked like there was some kind of barrier ahead it couldn't quite get through. What do I see?
All right, so coming up there, you see more light in the room up ahead. In fact, the entire room up ahead is faintly illuminated. Paradoxically so, as you don't actually see any sources of light. But looking in, you see a much larger chamber, and you see that things in here move very differently. The water in the big pool in the back sort of sloshes in unusual ways and likes to sort of twirl up and then disperse in the more tinier whirlpools that scatter around. Right here, in the middle of the big sort of circular portion of the water, in the very heart of the chamber, you see a very large, very active whirlpool that goes deep, deep down, filling the air with this watery roar.
I wonder what
I
we have to
think-
jump into.
I
Sunken
think
Temple.
we have found the Leviathan.
Well,
I
at least
think
the
we
gateway
have found
to
the
the
Leviathan.
Leviathan.
We found the entrance to the Sunken Temple. Mika, wanna
All right,
magic on this
Alistair, as you're moving forward to try and approach the whirlpool,
you
you are
remember the magical barrier I just...
Yep. At about
Oh,
this
yeah.
spot here, as you're going, suddenly you walk into something that stops you, and immediately you take 20 points of unmitigated water damage.
Nee looks at him and goes, "Barrier, 2 seconds ago."
I mean, that was entirely 2 seconds ago, Nee.
I just mentioned there was a magical barrier and he walked into it.
Oh,
Well,
he was
now-
holding his staff out and it shocked him.
Well,
Just to
now we
see.
know. Now we know.
Yep,
there is a barrier. Thank
it
you.
does do damage indeed. Minor, but you feel it.
Well,
Nee just face palms as she goes, "Mika, detect magic, please."
Mika comes up, pulls out the book, yunks out another detect magic at 5 MP, and when the ping comes back to her,
Ooh, okay, yeah, that's really powerful. I have no way of dispelling that.
great. So
Wait
now,
a
Right,
minute.
so you thinking something to do with those pillars?
Yes.
So,
Maybe.
Which I wanted to have a good look at all of them, although it does say that we sketched them all out in the book. He had, because he sketched one out, then probably sketched one on the right,
So
and then
there was
one to
a-
come up.
the other path to the right back there where we froze that one snail, there was a third pillar I saw. So we know 3. So,
Yeah.
I know 4 so
Although-
far. There's also
Hmm.
one down here. So we know
What
4
about the other
pillars.
path? Is there another pillar?
There is one path we never went down. But, is there anything like on the walls around us? Any like indications, clues, anything?
make an awareness check.
As well, because Alison is curious.
Go for it.
Let's look.
13.
Right, give me just a second. I'm trying to get Rocket's character sheet loaded into Roll20 so I can load it up as I do with Mika's. It's taking me a bit. Let's see.
That's fine, I'm rolling myself.
13 and 14?
14.
Okay. Looking around you two, you see... you don't see a whole lot, but you do see some subtle engravings into the wall right here.
Do they look like anything from the pillars?
What you see is it's kind of hard to make out. It's very abstract. You see this sort of loosely defined circle, and then almost like a caveman style illustration of someone sitting in front of said circle with their hands sort of going in.
Nothing on that looks like from what the pillars had.
Hold
unfortunately.
on. So describe that again.
And you see a loosely defined circle, and then sort of like a caveman style depiction of a person sitting in front of said circle with their hands sort of dipping into it.
So
Could be a clue.
circle one of the pools, maybe? Maybe something. Did you ever scan magical properties for the pools themselves that the pillars are in?
The
The
pillars themselves.
Mika did his.
The pillars themselves had magic too, and so did the pools. I mean, just about everything in here is just dense with magic, but they had a slightly different aura to them.
Well,
Hmm.
unless you have another suggestion, it almost looks like this figure here is for putting its hands into a pool. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, it's
And
also
it-
worth noting
She turns and points to the barrier.
the aura I'm getting from the barrier matches the aura I got from the pools.
Alright, I'm going to try something. Back in a moment.
Roger that. I'm just gonna hang here and do more
Yeah,
sketches.
not the one that is current. It throws, and where's the nearest pillar pool? Down here. So-
the pretty much take your pick of any pillar you want, really.
This
I
one.
mean,
Wow.
the nearest one would be over
Nearest
here.
one there.
All right. Yep.
Oh,
you see the
yeah.
pillar there.
Okay. Gonna put my hands in the pool, and like the kind of emulating what the drawing was doing.
The water's cold. Laps at your fingers.
Hmm. Nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
Although we also had this pillar over here, which you went past. But then again, it's got a creature there, back up there.
I have a
and another
feeling
pillar
I'll
from the
probably get shocked, but I might as well try it. So, what does this particular pillar look like? Just
This pillar
Oh.
this pillar that you're sitting in front of looks much the same as the first one as the ones you found so far. They all seem to have the sort of motif of a coiling serpent that's looking vaguely in the direction of the land over here.
There's 5 pillars though, I just noticed.
5.
Yeah, 3 down there and 2 up here, see? There's one by one of the snail creatures.
well,
Oh,
this might hurt, but I'm going to experimentally touch the thing.
Touch the
my-
pillar with your wet hand.
Yes.
Okay, you reach out and a touch, and that is 18 points of non-mitigated water damage.
From the barrier.
Now you know what I felt.
Oh, that doesn't work.
wait a minute.
You
There
lied
are
to me,
five.
drawing.
Wait a minute. You said 18.
Mhm.
Alistair got hit for 20.
Yeah. I guess it varies between us.
What does it? Huh. How much of our cells would be... So, what was the reason? Was there any particular reason that hurt less up for me?
You can make an awareness check.
Yeah, because I'm wondering maybe if to submerge ourselves fully. And like, I got lessened because I was partially submerged.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Looking around, you don't see a thing at first, but then you sort of look down and you see that there are a few drops of water on the other side of the barrier. And then you look down at
Water's
your
the
hand,
key.
and then you look down at your hand, and
Access.
the palm of your
My
hand
hand-
is dry.
Yeah, my hand passed through. Okay, I was partially right. My hand just passed through, but the moment it reached my wrist.
So, we literally need to drown ourselves in water and then basically go.
No, that wouldn't work either if we completely dunked ourselves in it. Because the water would pass through, but we wouldn't.
That's a good point.
Mika
Then what
walks
the
up to the
hell?
engraving again.
My question is,
You
why
say
would you...
that-
Why dunk your hands in water? What do you do when you dunk your hands in water?
Are you
They get wet.
cleaning them?
Cleaning them, maybe, but that's definitely not the reason here.
Drink?
What
No.
else? They get wet.
I mean, unless you...
Drink
What?
it?
Maybe.
I ain't drinking any of that.
Well, I guess I'm guinea pig again.
All right.
He's going to return to that pool, and I'm going to take a sip.
Mika goes with you this time.
We wait here.
Alright.
Try to figure this out.
All right.
Alright, so... You're thinking that the picture isn't necessarily submerging, but someone scooping up some water to drink, maybe.
Maybe. Let's give it a try.
What's the worst that could happen? I get shocked again?
Alright.
Alright. Let's try this.
All right, so you come up to the edge of the pool and you reach your hands down and sort of cup up some water. It feels kind of weird the way it sort of jiggles in your hand. It's almost like the water is vibrating before you bring it up and drink some of it down, and it's very salty.
Ah, it's like drinking seawater.
Now, do you take it down anyway?
Yes.
All right. So against your instincts, you take it down. It's extremely salty and very unpleasant, but once it goes down, you sort of blink a few times and your vision starts to sort of... It's almost like your field of view sort of deepens a bit, and your vision is drawn to the pillar, and you see sort of in your mind's eye this gentle glow around the eye of the depiction of the sea serpent on the pillar, and you feel as if it's recognizing you for a moment before you blink and your vision snaps back to normal and the glow has faded.
That was weird.
You okay?
Yeah, I... Just like the statue saw me.
Mika then comes up and sort of looks down at the pool and does much the same thing, and you watch her eyes sort of go distant after she takes down her mouthful before it.
Oh, okay. Alright. That was weird.
I think we're able to go through now, or there's another step to this.
I don't know, worth a shot.
Well, here goes.
All right. Make your way back. And sort of passing
Wait,
by
this
the anger
is-
and pass by the Emir that's still angrily thumping against the ice on the way.
Thunk, thunk.
This time
Well-
Mika is going to attempt to pass through. She's going to walk up to it, and when she walks into it, she gets hit by the same barrier, and she staggers back, and she takes 10 points of unmitigated water damage.
But less.
Yeah, she staggers back a bit.
Well, that hurt, but it wasn't as bright as it was with you all, was it?
No.
Nah, seems less.
So everything
Okay.
we've done so far is submerged, drinking it as lesson dip, still not allowed through.
I guess we
What if-
need maybe.
What if we drunk it and we were in that, state where the statue was seeing us as we passed through it?
I don't know if we can do
Well-
that. There's no line of sight. But maybe we just need to drink from more pillars.
All of the pillars.
I don't know about all of them, but more of them. If one of them is recognizing us, but there's more than one, maybe we need their approval?
I'm going to go back and take sips from all the ones we found in the rooms that I cleared.
Remember, one of them's guarded.
All right.
Well,
Remember.
one over here is
What are
guarded. I'm not going. I'm going to all the ones that are not guarded.
Okay.
All right. All right. So, you make your way to the next pillar, which is this one, I'm assuming.
Yep.
And Mika's coming with you. And you both repeat the process. You get some water, you take drinks, and you have a similar experience as last time where your vision sort of tunnels a bit and focuses on the serpent. But instead of just the eyes lighting up, you also see like its spine, the long fin along its back, light up too before your vision snaps back to normal.
Well, something's happening. Third one.
Sure, let's try a third one.
All right, next one. That'll be that's the original here then.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
And then there'd be a fourth, and as for the fifth, we leave that to last.
Well, we'll see what it does.
All right. You make your
'Cause there's
way
two
and
by the entrance.
you come in and
Yeah.
once again you take the drinks, and this time the eyes, the spine, and also what you hadn't even noticed before, the like a bunch of like spots along the side, almost like bioluminescent pockets, also light up. And this time, as they're lighting up, you hear you almost hear what sounds like the grinding of stone and the splashing of the waves upon the shore in your head. You feel something like sort of brushing against your skin, and you look around, but there's nothing there, and when you look back up and blink, it's back to normal. The sense of recognition is far stronger this time.
Think that's strong enough? Or,
Maybe.
well, only one way to find out if we need to continue this little drink fest.
All right.
So you make your way back. Takes you a couple minutes, but when you make your return,
Okay, who wants to go first? Between you and I.
I think it's my turn. Alley-oop.
all right, and you march up to the barrier, and you pass through unharmed and unobstructed.
3 is the magic number. Okey-doke. Miss Mika holds our hand.
Mika steps forward with you.
I'll probably be 4. But yeah.
The rest of you, backtrack to 3 of those pools, take a drink from each. Join us up
Alright.
there.
There's only 3 then, because there would be an extra. But yeah.
Just avoid anything with angry snails.
Mind you. So I'm going to stay away from this one and just focus on the other 3.
I mean, just go to the 3 we went to.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Bip, bip, bip.
Salty as fuck.
So you all go back and you spend a few minutes getting your drinks. And you all have the same experience of being recognized by each pillar in turn before you have that strange feeling of being caressed by the open ocean around you.
Don't like sour things, and now don't like salt.
All right.
You lot coming through?
Okay, I'm coming through first this time. Hopefully I get through. Wish me luck, gent. And
Yep. And
Rocket?
and you go and you step through without a problem.
yes,
Thanatos? Rocket?
Yeah. Freaking taste seawater.
Yep.
Freaking ocean temple.
Yep. Rocket passes through without a problem.
better than being painted red, or in this case, orange.
That's
I will
us.
paint you red.
Just come through over here. There you go.
Mika, what's the magic like on that whirlpool?
Mika casts Detect Magic again with 5 MP, and when it comes back to her, it's like,
I've never seen water-based magic that strong before.
Cast
We're
by
in-
a goddess.
Maybe.
So we're in the lair of a god. So
Either way, this will take us somewhere.
who wants to be the guinea pig?
Got it.
Let me have another look around the room first, see if there's anything else before we commit to jumping into the maelstrom.
all right, what exactly are you looking for?
Just anything on the walls, anything that stands out aside from the usual cave bullshit.
Roll an awareness check.
$16.
16. The only thing that strikes you as odd about this, aside from like the sort of weird and distorted way the water keeps lapping at the edges, is the the numerous blue particles that are far denser here than they were otherwise in the place.
I guess we really are jumping in. This place could do with a slightly less elaborate security system.
So, who shall take the big dive first?
Bonsai.
You going in, Tom?
Yep.
All right. The rest of you watch as Neil sort of comes up to the edge of the water and puts one foot in, and then it immediately pulls her in like in a heartbeat. He completely vanishes from view.
Shit.
Come on in, the water's great.
So just runs and jumps.
All right, same deal with you. It immediately sucks you in, and you vanish from view. Mika's like, and jumps in after you guys.
I hate this place. Yoink.
All right, and Thanatos jumps in.
I feel grateful I didn't push you in. I was tempted.
And Rocket sort of hesitates for a bit before jumping in after the rest of you.
I'll say Rocket doesn't do well with water.
Yeah.
Technically, neither does Mika, but
In you go.
All right.
Into the Sunken Temple we go.
Into the Sunken Temple you go. So, the waves pull you down ferociously and intensely. Where the hell did your tokens disappear to?
Oh.
Where did they go? Damn it. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to do a thing, but apparently it fucked up.
Taking that dramatic tension a bit there.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to retain your current stats. There we go. Alright, so. You are all pulled down and down and down by the force of the waves a considerable distance. And as you're going, you can kind of feel things sort of touching against your skin, almost as if to evaluate you and see what you're made of. curiously before withdrawing back into the churning waters that are rushing all around you. You can see yourself descending through first darkness, and then it opens up, and you are greeted to an impressive view of the open ocean all around you. Even as the water is assaulting you on all sides, making it hard to breathe or see, you can see this vast expanse of coral all around you with abnormal growths and coils and spires and twists and ravines, making it look almost like this gargantuan city, almost. You see this winding, long string of red coral that's segmented almost like a spinal cord, weaving throughout all of it. And you can see schools of fish and sharks and squids and other strange and unusual fish creatures sort of swimming around and eyeing you as you descend. You look down and you see yourself rapidly approaching a dome of solid rock, and you squeeze your eyes shut on instinct as you approach before the salt water around you parts, and you open your eyes, and you are in the middle of a seemingly empty stone chamber. Bottom left side of the map is where we are located.
Let's see. This place is big. Look.
Yeah, it is. I spent a lot of time on this.
Here we are.
Can tell.
Oh. Ah, that's the red carpet. Mika.
Mika pulls herself up.
Hate water. I hate water.
Nice for Leviathan to design it that way for the Mithra people.
Guess it keeps us from using this shit flippantly.
Use arrow and dries off, maybe?
And she uses a quick casting of arrow to get everyone dry.
Well, I think this is the place. Crystal
So
will be here somewhere.
So we didn't just jump into a whirlpool for no reason?
Really not.
As you're sort of looking around, you do notice that on the northern side of the room, there is this sort of glyph, a big circular string of symbols and crisscrossing lines.
Huh. You feeling okay up in the head, Emma?
I'm doing all right. You?
Ready to find this thing. What's the glyph like?
It's blue in color, and there are a lot of crisscrossing lines sort of connecting the various runes. And there's a little circle just below it.
Is there a door out here or just a glyph?
You don't see a door, but you do see the glyph.
Annie's gonna touch it.
All right,
Like
you lift your hand up, and you press it up against the stone, and the glyph immediately lights up with blue light, filling the entire chamber. A few seconds pass.
What was that?
As you
Did you
keep your
hear that,
hand,
Nate?
you keep your
Yes.
hand on the wall, and then you feel something in the wall push back, and then you see these two red eyes snap open in the wall.
Of course, this
Me, I
place.
think you pissed the wall off.
You thought this place was gonna make it easy?
The chamber begins to shake and quiver, and you all watch as first one mangled, clawed stone hand pushes out of the wall, almost looking like it's made of it, and then another. They reach out to either side, grab on, and pull this long, tormented-looking face with this elongated lower jaw with gigantic fangs to reach through, piercing red eyes to glare at you in the dark. It emerges. Its mouth opens wide and it lets out a piercing demonic roar. And that's where we're going to pick up next time
Oh, fuck you.
And, that is not a Leviathan.
That is not a Leviathan. That is a demon wall.
Oh no.
Great. You made it. You woke up a
It's
demon wall.
I have a feeling we had to wake up the demon wall.
It's your next test.
We have
All
to
right.
fight a wall.
Don't underestimate the wall, man.
Is it a boss level
Oh.
enemy?
I'll just do what I always
It's
do,
notorious.
Throw Alistair in front of it.
Yeah, does a scan work on Notorious, Remy?
It works on Notorious, yes.
But this
Oh,
is
we're
not
doing that
notorious.
first.
This is a boss.
It's a Notorious.
It's Notorious.
Okay.
Boss will be at the end of the dungeon.
All right, so
Yeah.
thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for tuning in to this episode of Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. We will see you next time. Till then, keep listening, people. Bye-bye.
Sure.
Bye, everyone. Hope you enjoyed.
It's gonna be fun to see what comes next.